In this video, I'm going to be explaining every single move using principles and imbalances. Let's go e4, best by test first, take control of the center. e5, symmetrical, king's pawn opening. So I'm going to play the Vienna game. I'm going to try to go here and develop my pieces that way. I could also like play Italian, should I go for Scotch, Ponziani. Those are the ones I'm most familiar with, but I like the Vienna the most, so. Okay, they just do that, but I think I can still go here. Even I would have preferred if they would have moved their knight out. And then I go here, and then it's the Vienna Gambit. Well, it still is the Vienna Gambit, technically, but Max Lang defense. Because this. Okay, so here I usually just go bishop out. I'm trying to trade off their knight, because then it lets me do the Gambit move, basically, where I take this pawn, attack their knight, and then I'll push this pawn forward 2, develop my bishop, have good control of the center with these 3 pawns. Everything's going to plan so far. Okay. Can't take because the bishop. They could threaten like some mate, but I think I'll just immediately attack the knight. Oh, then I'm giving up this pawn. Okay, so that's annoying. If I go here, but then I allow. Actually, they can't go here because the pawn. The queen can't go out. So yeah, I think I go here first. Defend this pawn. I played this opening a few times a while back, and I keep blundering this pawn. So I finally learned from my mistake. Hopefully. So this is basically what I'm trying to do. And then develop the bishop and the knight, and then the queen, then castle. Usually preferably opposite side castling, and usually I delay castling a bit. So I guess I should go here. Just break the pin immediately, it's good principles. And they're just helping me develop my bishop, so. Okay, they're trying to move the defender of this pawn. What if I go here? That's just a weird looking move. It doesn't do much. I mean, if the bishop takes, then queen takes. It helps me develop my queen. But if they just attack it, then I take the bishop, yeah. So this is good because I'm attacking the bishop, I guess. I don't want them to take this. So I'm hoping. No, I'm just going to lose the pawn, though, aren't I? Because say they move the bishop. Pawn. I don't know, like we trade queens. No. This is getting complicated. I think I'm just going to move the knight. Nothing too complicated. No too. I might just lose this pawn, but whatever. I'm just going to attack. Simple. So I can't take the pawn now because the bishop is be hanging, so they have to wait a little bit. I still can't kick the knight out, which I need to do that as soon as possible. Because you want to neutralize the pieces, your opponent's pieces that are on your side of the board, this half of the board. I've got this bishop and the knight, and since they're on my half, they're very powerful, so I need to neutralize them. I need to kick them out. It's very principled chess. Opponent's taking a while on this move. Okay, so they just helped me develop my queen. I'm happy with that. I still can't take this because I'll take there. But they could go here, and then that's kind of not very good for me at all. Then I'll just give him the pawn, and I'll attack the knight. Whoops, go back. Always, one time I accidentally pre-moved, like a terrible move, so I'm going to try not to pre-move again unless it's like a really safe forced checkmate sequence or like capture my own piece. Like they had a queen and a knight, and they decided to block with the queen instead of the knight. So, then I moved my rook because I was thinking I was going to capture their knight, but instead they moved their queen. So, I accidentally blundered my rook out in the open, and they just took it with their queen. Oh no! I just blundered. Now I have to move my king, and I can't castle now. But I can castle by hand. So. This is not a good position. I need to actually learn openings and think about my moves. I knew if I was going to give up a pawn, I should not have let that happen. I should not just give up a pawn. Well, I guess, wait. Now the pawn's material is even now for some reason. I can't take the knight because the rook would be hanging. Oh, wait, he just blundered a king and rook fork. Because now, did he just moved his king back randomly? I'm glad I saw that. I was thinking, like, I need to move my pawn, move my king, and then connect my rooks so that I can actually threaten to take this knight. But queen does not see that pawn. Nothing defends that pawn, so I'm just going to take the rook now. And then I'm going to take this pawn. I'm going to try to... oh, shit. Okay, they are attacking me even more. I'm just going to keep moving over. Oh, yeah, I'm safe because queen goes there, defended by the knight, but queen defends. So I'm still chilling. The knight, if the knight went there, they would kind of fork me, but only if the square was defended by the queen. I'm just going to keep scooting over. I'm going to try to go behind the cover of my pawns instead of going out towards their pieces. So I figure going left is probably better than going right. Oh, you know, I also forgot I've got this move. Doesn't do a lot, but I mean, I'm gonna take this pawn, then to take the knight. I gotta move this knight out of the corner to make sure they can't recapture it. Because if that's the case, I'm just up a clean rook, right? Usually they'll recapture the rook if you ever are able to take the rook with the knight in the corner. So if you can actually just escape with the rook, that's very, very fortunate. We're very happy if that happens. So now my opponent's trying to figure out how to survive. Okay. So I can't quite really attack them yet. Oh, I guess I could. Because then queen could just go down. No, knight would take. Yeah. No bueno. So queen's starting to go to this square, obviously. So I could go here, attack the queen, and defend this square. Nothing wrong with that at all, right? Attack the queen, defend this square that they're threatening to check me on. Let's go there. I mean, they could go here maybe. But in that case, I'll try to just connect the rooks, or I'll just attack. Because now that this rook is defending everything. Yeah, this is not good if I do this now. Because queen check, and then queen has to block, and then queen takes queen, defended by the knight. It's mate. So you gotta watch out for that. You gotta be able to calculate that. But like I said, this is solid. Attacks the queen and defends this check square from my opponent. Prevents them from going there. Okay, they got a pawn now. Shoot. Now I can't go here and take that pawn. But I could attack their knights and pin their knight to their queen, I suppose. Knight still defended by the pawn. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Queen can go here now, defended by the knight. But then we're just trading queens. And I'm still up the rook. So they do not want to trade. When you're down material, you do not want to trade. You want to try to make the most of your material. You know, try to make a positional attack. You use your make a positional imbalance or make a positional advantage. If you don't have a material advantage, that's all you can do. Try to do some shenanigans, set up some tactics. I mean, I can't really take the knight because the pawn defends. I don't know what I'm even trying to do. Nothing to. Oh, wait, this knight defends his pawn now. So I could go here now, but now that they're doing that. That's annoying. Wait, I can just take this pawn. My knight's the hero of the day. Knight goes here and defends the checkmate square again. And then I can just take this rook. I can take this knight with my rook, defended by the queen. Queen can't take the knight because it's defended by the queen. So this is another good move, I believe. Also attacks the bishop, but yeah, my queen defends this knight and this square that I want to put my rook on. So it's kind of boring. Either I blunder a piece or my opponent blunders a piece. Not gaining a lot of positional understanding as I wish I was. Down at this 1200 level. Okay, so now I take the queen. But the knight takes my rook. So I could take the bishop. Is there a better move? How about I just take their knight for free? This square is still defended from checkmate by my knight. So I can just take their knight now, and they can't go here because I'll win. I'll just win their queen. So nice try, buddy. Like they wanted me to take them. The knight takes, and the knight attacks my rook. potentially, if I take them, they take me. So then it's, what is it, a rook and a knight versus a rook and a knight. So that's just a terrible, terrible, terrible. I could even take, wait, I could take with rook instead of with queen. But then they go down, and I don't want to allow that, I don't think. I think this is fine. It just makes it more messy if I allow them to check my king. I mean, I guess I just bring my piece back down. But, yeah, Vienna Gambit. Vienna game usually goes well for me, so I should probably study the opening more. And, yep, just love it. Okay, now I can move my rook here and attack the queen. Or, yeah, defended by my queen. Attack their own queen. This is still defended by the knight, so I guess if we ever move the knight, we're in trouble. So we really need to make this queen move. I don't know. I guess I have to play this. I don't have to, but I mean I should because it's a forcing move. It's not bad. I'm thinking that they can just go here and they'll be fine. So maybe I'll go here, try to get the other piece in the game. I like that their piece isn't in the game right now. Okay, now I can't move my knight. Oh, they just resigned. Interesting. Why would they resign? Oh, knight takes queen. Okay. I might not have even seen that if they wouldn't have resigned. Maybe after like a minute or two I would have seen it. That's funny. So let's use game review real quick. Just like 1 or 2 minutes. See how we did. See if we missed anything. See what? Okay, my accuracy was much higher than theirs. 74.5 to 56.5. Happy with that. Apparently had 2 great moves. Didn't expect that. Only had 6 best moves versus 5. I usually have a lot more than 6. Maybe this was like a short game though. I don't know. I'd like to see this. Game performance rating 1350. Even though it's not exactly that accurate, but I mean, it means I'm played better than my own rating, obviously. And it says opening is a blunder by me. Very weird, but I'm not surprised by that at all, actually, to be honest, because, right, I don't know my openings well. I always say that. You should just be able to survive using opening principles, and you should just dedicate time to study openings, which I'm probably going to start doing here soon. But, great middle game, so let's go through this, see what happened. Vienna is a tricky opening and a good way to catch your opponent off guard. This move grabs central space and helps you get other pieces active. Wow, I've got a 61% win rate with the Vienna game. Probably pretty good. Respectable percentage. Oh, see, what I always mess up. Yeah, if they take that, I go here and threaten to take it back. And I develop my bishop and take more control of center space. Undefended. The better move is just to take immediately, like the normal Vienna Gambit, except now the knight is here. So I'm not familiar with that, but I mean, now I know what to study, and I gotta see what happens after that move. That's for a later time. We can go more detail. Okay, so miss. This is a critical moment, sort of, I think. Better way to defend that was under attack. Knight moves. Okay, yeah. This knight move is amazing because it also defends the square from the queen check, so I usually see this move, but for some reason this time I didn't, because you have to know that this is a weakness here, this open diagonal. Instead, I was just trying to be too aggressive. And it's also awesome. This knight defends this pawn too. That's what they were saying to me. So first go here before you want to do anything like the pawn move. That's better. So we're learning. Okay. Their best moves to strike at the center. Yeah, they did that eventually, didn't they? And they won a pawn, sort of. Ouch. Say it's a blunder because I'm giving it 1 pawn. Oh, they could have immediately just taken with the queen. I didn't see that, yeah. That would have been a bad position, I suppose. Yikes. Maybe try to attack the queen, and then they just trade, and then I'm just down a piece, down a pawn, so. I'm annoyed that I did that, but we can try to do better. Yeah, I didn't really deserve those great moves. I'm looking ahead. It says forking the king queen is great, or the king rook, and moving my king away from the checkmate threats is a great move. I don't know if those necessarily deserve an exclamation point, but okay, excellent. Like that. Best is to move the knight again, defend that check from the queen. Here we go. No, here we go. Now they found the move the queen. Even though it would have been better to take the pawn there. So I always bundle that pawn there, like I said. You step your king away from the checking queen. Why is there a better move? Wow. I guess it's not threatening anything because it's defended by the queen, but this is going to take some analysis for a later date with more more effort, but that is just so odd. Why is this better? I guess I'm safer behind these two pawns and over here, maybe? That doesn't make any sense, because my rook is stuck in the corner if my king is stuck right here in the square. Yeah, there must have been like a really bad threat that I missed after king c1. That must be the only reason I can think of, because this position doesn't seem very good. Blunder. You are now able to win a rook. Yep, I'm glad I saw that. If I wouldn't have seen that, I would have lost the game, probably. Their best move was just to check me, which I think they did it eventually. Now... Oh, they could have won my rook. I see. They could have went here, check with the queen, and won my rook. They could have won my rook back. So that would have been again like a kind of bad position for me. So I just got an easy position because my opponent made all these kind of mistakes. From here, it doesn't matter so much. Short game. Wow, this is an inaccuracy. It's not a blunder. This game review is so whack. But there you go. Hopefully learn something from this game. Learn from my mistakes. Learn from my monologue pretty much through the game. So yeah, consider subscribing. Make this a consistent habit of learning from my videos. Thanks for watching again.